touch me again, sir, and I'll complain to your man. I'll get you deported. I'll get you deported back to your own country. I know you're not from here. I know it's not racist if I say it because I know you're not from here.
You told me you're not from here. You told me. You told me you're from where the picture is from.
Yeah. Welcome to Rise to Meet You, where two comedian friends try to be funny. I'm your host, Nigel.
And I'm your host, Evelyn Mock.
Yes. Welcome back. Episode 112, actually.
Wait, is it 112?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't even... Oh, we released 111 this week.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's now at the thing where it's awkward, I feel.
What do you mean?
Like 111, 112. It feels weird.
113.
It feels weird.
It feels weird because rarely do we see people's effort be this sustained. You know what I mean? It's always 3-month boot camp, 6-month intensive course, you know? It's never like 2-year-long effort over... and as we slowly improve the podcast production value and everything, you know?
That's true, actually. We were just talking about this, and Nigel, quite rightly so, deserves more credit.
Well, Thank you. Oh no, we need to go to the Soundbank 1 for that. Yeah, I think we both bring different things to the podcast.
Uh-huh.
You know, I bring maybe a sort of like discipline. You know,
and I bring the
substance,
joy, the substance,
the giggles,
joy, the giggles.
You're much too negative if you weren't on the pod, I think.
Well, it
just
would
be me yelling.
It would just be you yelling. Yeah. It would just be you going, why does everybody suck?
Hey.
I used to be a data analyst. I look at the numbers.
To be fair, there are a lot of very successful one white guy solo yelling podcast.
Yeah, I know.
It's time for a solo Asian yelling podcast. I think it's time.
I think
the
you should start
zeitgeist.
one. Yeah.
We should start. We were talking about this, right? You wanted to start a new one and a second podcast you were gonna do. Maybe I should start a solo me yelling podcast.
Yeah. I actually think you would be successful. Yeah. Nigel, you do deserve credit because you are a data analyst and you do look at the numbers. And so, yes, I think you have definitely... Because it's just your mind is like a computer. You figured out how to grow yourself and then also our podcast. But then I, on the other hand, I'm like, oh, my feelings.
You know what I've looked at?
Health.
You know what I've looked at recently?
Uh-huh.
I looked at retention charts for when you start talking about your mental problems. Because I'm like, I wonder if people drop off.
Uh-huh.
Then I can go to Evelyn and be like, hey, listen, Evelyn, objectively, stop talking about your mental health.
Okay.
But
And what
people
did
don't
they
drop
say?
off. People don't drop off.
Yes!
That's why I haven't brought up how you should tone down the serious
Exactly.
talk. Because people actually like
Nigel.
it. Objectively,
Exactly.
they like it based on the data. So
Exactly. And you know why? Because I know this because that is what I get DMs about most. Like, people really respond to it because they're going on through their own shit. And so they like when somebody talks about it.
that is fair. I have to say I was a bit surprised.
Why? Because you are an alpha male who's never had to deal with these things.
That is true. So maybe I can't relate, but you know, we'll let the numbers do the talking. If people don't drop off and they still listen to you, like healing, attachment style, holding space. People, the line's still pretty solid. People still listen.
I have to say, I'm so glad that the numbers support me because it's so difficult to explain things to Nigel without numbers or facts. Like, it's so difficult to explain why emotional, like, literacy is important.
Yeah, but you show me a chart and I'm like, yep, all good. Keep doing you, Evelyn.
Yeah. That's like your language. It's like, all the numbers, 1 0 1 1 1 0 0. And I'm like, oh, Nigel, please. Access your emotions.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
To a lesser extent than you.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. I'm
But
like an open wound.
Is it fat shaming again?
No, it's not fat shaming.
I listened to the episode so many times. I'm like, oh, this is funny. This is what we have missing on the podcast.
I was worried about that.
A sprinkling of fat shaming. A little bit.
Not fat shaming, because I was worried about it when I listened through it, because it's this week's clip, or it's the clip that we've decided to go with from the episode for last week. And I was like, I just hope that I'm not here excusing Nigel's fat shaming. But then it's like, I do talk back to you, but the thing is, it's not that fat shaming's been missing from the pod. And one thing you brought up was like, why is it okay when you fat shame yourself, but when I do it, it's not okay? And I'm like, because I'm not fat shaming myself. I'm saying something and it's cathartic because I've lived that experience. But when you do it, it definitely is shaming. I hear it in your tone.
Wow.
I hear it in your tone.
That is your interpretation.
Is it? Is it, Nigel?
It is.
Okay, yeah.
I've lived through that experience too.
Have you?
Yeah, I've been podcasting with you for 2 years. I get some say.
In my body?
Not you, about your body.
What do you mean?
As in, like, you mentioned too in the last part, I'll let you're my friend, I'll let it slide. I think friends get to have some say that regular people don't.
Well, in that case, you need to make it specifically about me, not about everybody, which you tried to do. And I was gonna say to Yang, Yang, insert here now a flashback to last week's episode when Nigel says that.
You need to put like black parchment paper over the mirror, like as if somebody just died in the house. That's how you know you're in a fat person's apartment. But
That's so mean. Stop it. That's how you know you're in my apartment, not every fat person's apartment. Okay. We cannot generalize.
Yes.
I refuse to generalize.
Some fat people love the way they look.
Yes.
They're like, this mirror can't ever capture all of my greatness. I overfloweth from this mirror.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
My favorite line that you use your stand-up now, apparently.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Why is this beanbag chair sitting on another beanbag chair?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make that into a routine. Just like splayed. I saw everything. I need to do something. Oh gosh.
But I get it. We'll see. We'll check the data. If fat shaming doesn't cause the retention to drop, then
Nigel,
it's not fat shaming. It's more like fat banter.
Stop dressing it
Fat
up.
banter between friends. It's harmless. I'm not going out and insulting other people, It's just here. It's in the podcast that we stream live for you to see.
Oh, God. Oh,
yeah.
God.
You are doing Mock the Week.
I am.
It's very exciting, listeners.
It is very exciting. I'm very nervous.
For the listeners outside the UK, Mock the Week is this British panel show.
It's a panel show.
Where they talk about current events and they try to be funny too, but in a different style from it, I guess.
What are you talking? You've done it.
I've done it, yeah. You don't get to rant on it. The ranty style, you don't get to rant. You have to be very
Oh, you mean
precise.
you have to give space for other people to talk?
Well, they don't give me space to rant.
What do you mean?
Because long bits usually don't make the final cut.
Yeah, it's all about one-liners and quick
Which I feel sometimes, I think a mixture of different types of jokes could help the show a little bit. But
I see.
But I see why the quick cuts. I understand why it's TV. You only have half an hour. You know. So I get it. But
it's
you're doing it. Sorry.
Oh, it's just jokes.
Jokes.
Yeah, I'm doing it on. It will have been recorded. I'm recording on the day that this episode is released.
Oh, so if you're listening to this on the day it's released, if it's not the evening yet, release is Tuesday morning, right? UK time. So if you listen to this on Tuesday, send Evelyn some encouragement, people.
Send me chocolate.
No, how are you gonna eat it? No, don't do that. Just send her, good luck, Evelyn, break a leg.
Yeah, do that. That would be nice. I'm nervous mostly because I have to come up with a joke for my last name.
Why?
Because it's Mock, and I'm going on Mock the Week.
Oh.
It feels like my whole life has built up to this.
So your whole life has built up to this pun.
Yeah.
It's very sad, Evelyn.
It's very British. It's very British. Yeah. But yeah, I'm nervous. I don't know. Do you have any advice for me?
I don't know. Just be prepared.
Yeah.
But also be in the room, interact with other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be okay. I've become more social since I've been here, Nigel.
Yeah, because you're not in Gothenburg anymore.
Yeah,
You're not in a country where they're stereotyped to be not sociable.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. But I've become more social with the I've become friends with like all the waiters at the Chinese restaurant below me.
I thought you were gonna say I started going out with on a lot of dates.
I mean,
But Evelyn came with, I made friends with the people that are the closest people to me. I see them twice a day when I order food from them.
yeah. Basically. But it is that thing. I'm now friends with like Asian uncles in their 50s who are working in the Chinese
That's the
restaurant.
energy you give off. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if they want to marry me or if they want to like father me.
They probably want
But
their
it's
children
like-
to marry you.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
What do you guys talk about? What's
Well-
the topic du jour for 50-year-old?
It's very Asian uncle. It's very like, oh, what are you doing here? Oh, what are you working with? How long have you lived here? And they're very impressed that I live that centrally because I live right above that restaurant. So they're like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, I do I do some acting. I tell them because I don't know what stand up is in Chinese.
Tuo Ko Xiu.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That's what it
Tuk
has.
tuk
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 tuk siu. What? Okay, maybe
Cantonese.
Cantonese is that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I've heard. Tuk tuk siu.
Okay.
So now it's like they know me by my Chinese name as well.
Ooh, say it for our
So-
listeners.
My Chinese name is Mok Ling or Mo Yuling. But my nickname is Ling Ling.
Mm-hmm.
And so I booked a table there the other day for me and my housemates. We were having a reunion dinner. And I was like, oh, yeah, can I get a table for 6 for Ling Ling? And they're like, oh, it's you from upstairs. And I'm like, yeah. So now they call me Ling Ling. And now they did it in front of my white friends. And now all my white friends make fun of me. Because it's like Ling Ling is like so basic. It's like the name that people use to make fun of Chinese people with. That's my name. Like, that's my actual name.
You've lived under the white gaze for too long. When you say Ling Ling, I'm like, yep. It didn't even occur to me that white people would make fun of you for that.
It's because of the film Hot Chick. Have you seen it?
No.
There's like a girl in there who's mixed race. She's half black, half Asian, and her name is Ling Ling. And so that was like a huge movie when I was a teen. So everybody made fun of Ling Ling. And
I
then
see.
so it's just like I have that in my mind. But it's really fun though. I feel really great about being friends with them because it's like I walk past there a lot because I go to the store and stuff, and they're always like, "Hey, what are you doing today?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "You gonna come down?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And then
Do you eat in the restaurant or do you make them deliver it to you? Because that's the ultimate diva move.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, it's Ling Ling from upstairs.
Can you come up now?
Can you send me the starter, main, and dessert in 3 trips?
Yeah.
You know?
I would so be able to eat in my house. That would be. I
You
would actually
should.
be able to. No, but I usually get takeaway to go upstairs.
Don't walk down to take it. Ask them, have them bring it to you.
No, that's
Why?
the diva move.
Do that. Do that.
I go downstairs and I get it.
They like you. Use that.
No.
Use them.
Oh, actually, one of them I think likes me too much
Oh.
because he just like one day. I don't know if this is like innocent Asian uncle thing, but he stood too close and he touched me a little too long, like this, and I was like, this is making me so uncomfortable. And so
Listen.
I've shunned him a little bit, and it's awkward now. It's awkward now between us.
Since we're doing a flashback to last week thing, Yang, can we flashback to last week? Shing!
And so, these things come out, and then, like, I'm talking to people, and I'm like, whoa, I had no idea. And they're like, yeah, everybody knew. Like, he hit on everybody. And again, I'm like, he never hit on me.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me? I can keep a secret. I can keep a secret real good.
Yeah.
Okay?
Only Claudia will know. That was you last week.
That was a joke.
Oh. So do you want to be touched or not? What
Not
do
by
you
him.
want?
Not by him. Not by a 50-year-old Asian uncle.
Listen, if you know how to prepare duck, you will have the most tender hands, You should like it. He's been chopping up duck and crispy pork belly,
It's Xi'an cuisine, so it's too spicy. So it would be too spicy. It would hurt.
Where is he touching you? at the restaurant.
No,
Where
just
is he
my
touching you?
arm, just my arm, and
Oh.
I'm like, this is too overly familiar. Please, it's weird.
Some Asian uncles are just a bit touchy. Okay?
No, but that's not good. That's not.
Okay, go meet to him then. Go meet to the Asian uncle in the restaurant.
I just ignored him.
Go
I am
tweet
friends
about
with-
him.
I'm friends with all the other ones, but I've ignored him. I get a weird vibe off him. It's not good. I know vibes.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, ugh.
Do you think he's single or married?
I think he's single. I don't see it right.
They can't wear rings in the restaurant. I'd be like, it's not hygienic.
I don't know, actually.
Maybe he's not getting a lot of action from his wife. Can you blame him? You know?
Yes, I can blame him. Yes, don't take out your sexual frustrations on women, please. Please.
Okay, is there any level of acceptable touching in a restaurant?
No, not by the people who work there. If they don't touch your customers, why would you touch your customers?
On the shoulder, hey, good to see you.
No, that's not. I don't think it's okay.
Some restaurants do that to me. I'm like, hey, good to see you, and then just,
Well, it's because you're a
buddies.
dude, so you don't feel. You're like, okay, you don't feel weird about it.
Yeah.
As a woman, I feel very strange about it.
Okay, I get it. Don't touch Evelyn. Don't touch Ling when she buys your chicken. When she buys your Chinese
Don't
food.
touch Ling Ling.
Don't touch Ling. Nobody touched her for 8 years. Don't start.
That's very funny.
Maybe he listens to the podcast and he's like, yeah, nobody's touched her for 8 years. Let me show some
my
fatherly
God,
vibes.
Please, Nigel.
Do you think they listen to the podcast?
No.
You know?
That'd be really funny if they
show
played
them,
the podcast on. Actually, if you should go with me, they would recognize you, I think.
I
Uncle
would.
Roger. Yeah.
Schedule some time in my calendar.
Excuse me?
What?
Like your secretary? This is how it is to work with Nigel.
What? I'm busy. I have shit
I'm
to
busy
do.
too.
Yeah, so let's schedule some time into, pre-plan ahead.
Then he can touch you. I'm going to say,
Yeah.
touch Uncle
Let's
Roger.
see if he touches me like he touches
yeah,
you.
Yeah. Let's see.
Because
Len.
if he touches me the same way, then he's just, being friendly,
Yeah, but also stop it. Stop it. Don't touch women. Don't touch women.
No, touch women.
That-
I'll
that
go
you
to a
don't
restaurant. I'll go to a restaurant where you
Yeah.
touch. And then I want to see Asian uncles touch. Oh, I want to see the Asian uncles touch like the entitled white women. The Karen types. See what they say,
They know that they can't get away with it, so
Really?
that's why they don't do it. That's why they do it to me. That's why they do it to Ling Ling.
You need to get some Karen energy into you,
Yeah. I need to
Touch
wear
me
more-
again, sir, and I'll complain to your man. I'll get you deported. I'll get you deported back to your own country. I know you're not from here. I know it's not racist if I say it because I know you're not from here.
You told me you're not from here. You told me. You told me you're from where the picture is from.
Yeah.
That's awful.
You should do- It's not racist if you say it,
Of course it is. Oh my
Touch
God.
me again, and I'll send you back to where I'm from.
Yes. Where my father left.
Yeah.
So I could have it better. I know how bad it is there. You don't want to go back there.
Listen, I'd much rather be sent to Hong Kong than Gothenburg, though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true, isn't
That's
it?
true. Yeah.
Wait, don't send me to where you're from, please. I don't want to be a refugee in Gothenburg.
I
It's a
hate.
terrible place.
Oh, I miss Hong Kong so much.
I'm glad you're more social here, though.
Yeah.
London's good for you, man. It's better for your mental health.
I
You know?
mean, yeah, it's.
I think that's how most people deal with mental health, right? We just get too busy to think about that shit, and then we're okay, and then we seem to be fine. And 90% of people go through their lives like this, and it's largely fine. Their children turn out fine. They have decent jobs, decent incomes, decent families, because we're just too busy to worry about mental shit.
And then you wake up with cancer in your belly.
Everybody gets cancer.
Oh my God.
Everybody, you think mentally healthy people don't get cancer? It's just our body's natural decaying.
No, there's actually studies now showing how your emotional life affects your probability to develop chronic or malignant disease.
You'll get something eventually anyway.
Yeah.
You'll get
true.
something
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah.
So that's just how most people deal with this. You know, and I think it's worked well so far. Okay, our society has been built over these years, and it's running pretty smoothly.
Yeah, and we have a great society. We have great
Compared
society.
to how life was 100 years ago. Yeah, I would say that. Technology has come leaps and bounds. Life expectancy has increased globally.
Uh-huh.
Poverty is at an all-time low. You know, fewer people are dying of starvation than 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So objectively, yeah, I think it's worked well so far. I think it's okay.
Oh my God!
I think it's okay.
Stop!
Let's keep being busy and stuffing it down. I think it's going okay. If you have time to go to therapy like Evelyn, do it. It's always better to go.
Yeah.
But if you don't have time, totally cool, man.
Oh my God.
I don't see anything wrong with my statement.
There's nothing wrong with your statement, but I just find it really tricky to have a conversation with you because you just don't take into account any other perspective. It's just so tricky. And it's always so definitive.
Well, I'm sorry I'm a good debater.
A good debater. Well, I think we're just having different conversations.
Okay, what is your conversation?
You want to...
I'll shut up. What's your conversation? And you say everybody should go to therapy and try to heal? Not everybody has time. Some people our age have like 2 kids now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I understand that.
What about their perspective? I'm telling them their perspective is correct. Don't worry about therapy, bro. Take care of the kids. Let them grow up well.
Oh my God.
Don't worry about therapy. Maybe do it when you're older, when the kids go to university. But, you know, I think taking care of kids is more important than going to therapy.
Hopefully they don't mess their kids up. Hopefully they don't pass down intergenerational trauma that they've had to deal with.
Yeah.
That is subconscious now in them, and that's how they raise their kids. Yeah.
Do your best.
Hopefully,
Do your best.
Hopefully you don't do that.
It's a bit late now to, you know.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like...
But most of the time, the kids turn out fine. Most of the time. Evelyn's a rare case.
Do they?
Yeah.
I really hope if you have a romantic relationship and they say something vulnerable about themselves or like share a trauma or something, I really hope you hold space and you don't go into this mode. What? It's funny.
No, I'm gonna do the exact opposite. I'll have my soundboard. My dad hit me. Hey! I need this soundboard for any relationship I go in, you know?
It's just exhausting sometimes.
I think it's a good solution. I'm just saying, man. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just expanding on the universe. I'm riffing. This is riffing.
Let's move on to the next topic.
Why is it bad? I still don't know what I said wrong here. Why?
You said nothing wrong, Nigel. You just didn't hold space.
Oh.
You can just hold space for like a minute and then go into the funny. Just like a minute and then go into the funny.
What?
What's the next topic? Just move on now.
What's the next topic?
Oh my God. How have we managed to do 112 episodes? I don't know. I really don't know.
I'm holding space now.
Stop!
What? I don't hold space, you complain. I hold space, you complain again.
I mean, you're infuriating.
What?
You are infuriating.
What have I done? Listeners, we recently recorded a Freaky Friday episode where Evelyn and I switched personalities. You know, so Evelyn became the one who doesn't know how to hold space. Okay? And it was really funny. We thought it was going to be very funny, but it ended up pretty funny, I think.
It?
I listened to it. It was funny.
Okay.
A lot of the commenters, our fans said it was funny.
Yeah.
And that's only available on our Patreon. So go to patreon.com/rise-to-meet-you-pod.
Nigel wears my headband, and I quiffed my hair.
Yeah, I look fabulous in it, you know? Evelyn looks like a middle-aged lesbian.
I do,
right?
I do. Because I put on your Uncle Rogero outfit.
Yeah.
I put on Nigel's Zio Rogero outfit, which is like a vest and a flat cap, and I just look like a lesbian.
Yeah. So our Freaky Friday episode is the Patreon exclusive episode for June. And if you don't know, Patreon is this place where you can support your favorite creators by donating to them monthly directly. And this podcast wouldn't exist without our support from Patreon. Go check it out. Link in the description.
Bye. Should I say bye? I don't know.
You know something I've been quite into recently?
What?
My favorite type of content on the internet is seeing Asian people beat up racist people. Oh, it's so fun, baby. I love it. For too long, it's like watching Rocky, but then Rocky's Asian. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? Why couldn't you say it's like watching Bruce Lee?
Bruce Lee, okay, I'm gonna get some hate here, but Bruce Lee was severely overrated, man.
What?
Yeah, people
Why?
in the West like him. But his stuff, if you grew up in Asia, you know Jackie Chan improved upon his work by leaps and bounds. And
Yeah,
you will like
sure.
him. Yeah, but his work, his fighting, his fighting, sure, maybe he was a great fighter. I don't know. There's only like blurry footage of him. Maybe one blurry VHS footage of him fighting. Okay. But his movies, objectively, bad cinematography, continuity was bad. Choreography for a fighter, pretty bad. Way too campy, too theatrical. You know, you never see the hits. Have you seen an actual Bruce Lee film?
Yeah, I saw Enter the Dragon.
Yeah,
I think.
terrible. You never see the hits. He
Well-
just jumps on someone. Ah! The camera, there's a scene where he just tries to do the finishing shot on someone. You see him jumping and then, but it's implying that he just jumped on the person and just kind of kicked him. But all you see is his face and then him doing, to the camera. Wildly overrated filmmaker. And maybe okay martial artist? Nobody knows. It's more legend and myth, than actual fact.
But don't you think that for the times he was good?
I think for the times, I think there are still people making better films,
Oh.
Yeah, that's my opinion. I'm gonna get a lot of hate from this, but
DM Nigel.
he's okay. Sure, he's like he has done a lot of great feats of like strength, but he's also like 5'7", so those calisthenics moves are easier on someone shorter. So
Oh my God.
on aggregate, not that impressive.
So okay, so not Bruce Lee, but then why couldn't you say it's like watching Jackie Chan punch somebody, or it's like watching Donnie Yen punch somebody?
Well, it's not as funny, isn't it? Watching Rocky punch somebody is good, but I like it because there's so much hate crime. But every time we see a hate crime clip, an Asian hate crime clip, they always show like other Asian people standing around not doing anything, which sucks, And I like to see Asian people just knocking racist people out.
Yeah.
A bit of violence adds so much joy to my life.
Oh my God.
And I want to start taking some fighting lessons now. You know what I mean?
What are you gonna take up?
I don't know, the most effective one. The one that can get me from 0 to knocking out someone in the shortest time. Just give me 3 lessons, and then I can do that. That's the kind of fighting I'll take.
I mean, it would just be to punch somebody, right?
Where? I want to
In the
knock
face.
them out.
Just punch him in the face.
It's not as
if
easy
it's
as
a
you
dude,
think.
kick him in the balls.
You don't pass out from getting kicked in the balls, and it's very hard to aim. If they're moving around, it's hard to get them in the balls.
That's where you
so.
could do the Bruce Lee kick. Wah wah.
I think that's a show kick. I don't think that actually works. But I'm saying a lot of YouTubers now are fighting other people anyway.
Oh yeah.
So it can be quite entertaining and lucrative for me in the future.
I think a lot of people would like to see you get fought and punched.
I'll wear an orange polo into the boxing ring and
Oh
fight
my
Jamie
God.
Oliver,
Wait, you're gonna fight like Uncle Roger, or you're gonna fight like Nigel?
I don't know. Both are fine.
Ah.
I want to learn how to fight, man. We should do a Rise to Meet You boxing match. I'll fight Evelyn.
What?
Yeah, want to do
Why?
it? That'll get you too busy to think about your depression. See? I'm helping you here.
I mean, okay. Yeah, sure. Let's do a Rice to Meet You boxing match.
Yes.
Let's do one.
When we hit 5,000 pounds in Patreon.
Wait, we're gonna do the roast then, isn't it?
Oh, we can do a roast first, then do actual boxing.
Afterwards?
Yeah.
Just to get back at each
We'll
other.
both have to train first.
Oh God.
But I want to box someone. Maybe that's just, it's time for me.
Well, you can box someone. You go and do that for Uncle Roger.
Yes.
Your Uncle Roger channel. Who wants to punch Uncle Roger? Put out an advert. I think you're gonna get so much.
So many people.
So many people.
Everyone I've reviewed, basically.
Yeah, get Hersha to punch you. That'd be funny.
Oh, she's too skinny. She's tiny,
That's why it'd be funnier if she beat you.
Yeah. I'll throw the fight.
Yeah. That's funny.
But what else have you done over the weekend?
I've met a lot of people.
Okay.
I've been out and been very social and met a lot of friends. And just like I've been drinking a lot.
That's surprising. You don't
Yeah.
usually drink.
Yeah, I know.
What changed?
I think.
You figured out it was a great way to solve mental issues, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Again, it's gotta work well. Some people just,
Oh my god. Actually, it was I've been doing a lot of emotional work and it's like blah 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 blah, but I'm dealing with like a core wound that I have. And one of my coping mechanisms was like snacking and eating. And as I'm dealing with it, I find myself that I don't want to do that anymore. So I don't do it as much. And then all of a sudden I'm like, "Oh, okay, I can drink."
I think it's called growing up. You know how we were kids.
I think it is growing up.
We like sweets and shit.
Yeah.
But then as you grow older, your vices become like alcohol. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
It's called puberty, Evelyn. It's called puberty. Hey! I'm the Asian uncle touching you.
Stop it. But I'm afraid that it's gonna become my new vice.
I want to say again, not that bad advice. A lot of people have drowned their sorrows in alcohol. Most of them turn out fine. A few of them hit their kids and wife, but most of them.
I mean, oh god. But yeah, I've been drinking.
The society still keeps going. The world still turns.
Oh god, Nigel. I don't know what this says,
kidding.
But I'll be honest, like I don't drink much. It's like I got
Two beers.
like 1 pint of Guinness, and I was like, woo! To be fair, I had it in 2 half pints, so it seemed more. But like 1 pint of Guinness, I was like, I am done, which is also a good thing about me because then I know I don't drink.
Very good to get Evelyn. Very easy to get Evelyn drunk.
Oh come on, Nigel.
Let me take you and get you 2 pints of Guinness, baby.
See, this is why I worry that you're gonna get accused.
Listen. Do you think I'll buy them Guinness? It'll be like cocktails,
Oh my god.
Just two Negronis, baby. Yeah. It's classier.
I actually saw an ad on my Instagram for they were like, come here and you'll get 2 liters of Aperol Spritz. And I was like, who wants 2 liters of Aperol Spritz?
Basic white women do.
I know.
Yeah, I do. I like Aperol Spritz.
Oh my god.
Aperol Spritzes for the summer.
Ugh.
Yeah. Who
cute.
drinks Guinness in the summer?
Guinness is so nice.
Ew.
Oh my god. I don't like drinking, but I for some reason like a dark stout.
Oh, okay. That's good though. And when you're drunk, you're happy, right?
I'm quite a fun drunk.
See? Just saying, it's a very valid coping mechanism for a lot of people, and it seems to be working okay.
Well, now I find it.
Yeah.
I find it that I drink because I'm like, oh, it's nice to pair it with a nice dinner.
In an ideal world, I think people should do both, binge drinking and therapy. I think in an ideal world, it's great, right?
It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's nice to drink a nice white wine with a good meal, or a nice red with a good meal. And we actually at the restaurant that is below me, I invited my friends over for a reunion dinner, my housemates, and and then we were joking because they have on the menu they have something called Girl Power Mojito, and so we joked about it, and then one of the waiters were like, okay, you want it? Okay, and then brought it over. So we all had Girl Power Mojito
in a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, in a Chinese restaurant.
What exactly is a Girl Power Mojito?
It's just a regular mojito. But for women.
Is it more expensive than a regular mojito?
Probably. I can't remember. But yeah.
It should be cheaper because you make less. That's a Girl Power Mojito.
Oh,
yeah.
Smart.
Let's try to support you. Half price.
Smart, Nigel. Smart.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But then there's a creepy Asian uncle there though, so don't trust him.
Yeah, maybe he was trying to get us.
Yeah, maybe that's his move. The Girl Power Mojito. Then it take you back unconscious.
My God.
Not great. That's a very Me Too restaurant.
We need to stop joking about sexual assault on this podcast. Just like we needed to.
It makes me really want to eat at a restaurant now.
Just like we needed to stop talking about crystals, we need to stop joking about sexual assault.
First you stop my pedo jokes. Now you stop this. When will it end? When will the censorship end?
Oh my god.
No, I think drinking is very important. It's a very important part of adulthood, you know? I think it's a big deal. I think it's a deal breaker for me now if someone doesn't drink.
Why?
I can like do a short-term thing with you, but not a long-term thing.
Because it's easier for you to get them back to your apartment if they drink.
Yeah, how do you know?
Stop! I know I said we should stop joking about it, but I can't. It's when it comes to you.
It's the vibe of the podcast.
Is it? Oh, I've been trying to change the vibe of the podcast for a long time.
It's not changeable. It's in our DNA. You know, people like how inappropriate we are.
Yeah.
That's why they support us on Patreon, because they're like, how do you get this on mainstream media?
Why do you keep saying
BBC
that?
Radio 4 is not going to publish Evelyn saying, yeah, it makes it easier to get you back to her place, you know? Don't say this on Mock the Week. It's going to get cut. It's going to get cut.
It's going to get cut?
Cut,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so bad if I said it there and it's going to get cut. Oh, my God.
This stroke of comedic genius. But...
You have a very low bar for what comedic genius is.
I know. Hey, you do an hour of comedy on the pod each week. It's hard to always maintain a high standard of excellence. You have to let some shit slide, you know?
Why is it a deal breaker?
Because it's such a new life experience. It's very important, you know, tasting good wine. First of all, there's that. And also, when you have a long week at work, shit's been going badly. You just want to, you know, open a bottle of wine and just sink into your couch and let the weekend commence. You know, what are you else gonna do? Have a long week at work. You come home, and then what? Open a can of soda. That's so lame.
That's what I do.
Ew. Or about milk.
Oh, I
like
have
milk. Some hot I've had a long week at work. I just want to have this hot chocolate.
That sounds great to me.
Ew.
That sounds amazing.
Oh, this so. Yeah, I can't do that. If someone likes that, I can't date them.
So this is what I do now. I buy like a packet of ice from the store.
The Chinese store.
No, not the Chinese.
Ling Ling, here's your ice. Ling Ling, here your ice.
Go power mojito.
Get drunk fast. Get drunk fast. Uncle, look after you.
No, stop! Oh, so gross.
You know what makes sexual assault jokes more palatable? This sound effect.
You have that on your phone now?
Yeah, I should.
Oh,
I should because Spotify doesn't work when there's no reception. So sometimes you're in the basement and someone, you know.
I try so hard to not leave things in that can be used against you in a trial. And you just, every week, you make my editing so tough.
I wonder how we're ever going to hire a content editor.
I know! They have to have the
They're
exact
gonna quit
same...
immediately.
They have to have the exact same, like... They have to sign an NDA, first of all. Yeah. And they have to have the exact same, like, sensitivity for things that I do.
No, it's
but
okay.
Also comedic, like... sensitivity.
Let's keep all this in. Okay? I know it's a little bit creepy. I don't have anyone chained to my basement, okay? But when it comes to... isn't it creepier if you have someone who... wouldn't it make you feel like a pedo if someone comes home with you and says, make me some hot chocolate, that's what I want. Don't open a bottle of wine, make me hot chocolate, put some marshmallows on it. Will make me feel like a pedo.
I mean,
okay.
That's maybe a bit
Tuck
creepy.
me in bed, daddy.
You want women to call you daddy.
Yeah, but in like a nice sexual way, not like in a childlike, innocent way, you know. But yes, what do? You get the ice. Finish your story.
I was gonna do a little Evelyn bit, and then now you ruined it.
Sorry. Do your Evelyn bit now.
No, it's not as fun now.
Do it.
I get ice, and I've kept one of those bubble tea jars, you know, like one of the bubble tea glasses, plastic glasses. I put my ice in it, and then I pour Coke Zero in it, and I drink it.
Ice and so like Coke.
Yeah, I just do that. Yeah.
You can just say I have a can of Coke. So this is the Evelyn story.
It's
Is
an
this the
Evelyn story, and I was gonna make it cute and stupid, but then you ruined it with your
I
sexual.
mean, I didn't ruin your story. Your story ruined your story. You know, it's Coke, but you know, I bring that. I thought it was going someplace nice. I thought it was going. I make myself a little cocktail. I stir it and then I shake it. But no, I just put Coke ice in the cup I got from bubble tea.
That was the funny of it. I was gonna tell it as if it was a big thing, but then it's just me pouring Coke Zero into a bubble tea glass and drinking it out of a straw.
Oh, well, I'm glad I interrupted that story with some sexual assault jokes because that story did not deserve to stand on its own.
Yes,
it needed a few offensive jokes to punch it up.
Oh my god. Oh my
Also, have you cried when drunk?
Oh yeah.
Have you?
Oh my god,
When?
yes.
When was the last time it happened?
So one time I was taken to a party.
Don't phrase it like that. That's very sexual assaulting.
I was taken to a
This
party.
Chinese uncle.
I was invited to a party. It was
Okay.
actually when I met Gemma Chan. So
Oh, that party.
that party. So I was invited to a party by one of a guy who knew Jack Whitehall, and
Name drop.
Yeah,
Name
yeah,
drop.
yeah. But he constantly name dropped about that. But so we were taken to it was in this house in St. John's Wood, and it was huge. And I got so drunk, and I remember it was like because this guy, basically, he had pursued me, and then one night he came over to me. He was drunk. He was on his way home from Paris. He called me from like the train. And he was like, I'm coming over. And then he comes over. He makes me make him a sandwich. And then he tries to kiss me over the sink. And then I'm like, I don't want to. So we're like, okay, let's just go to sleep. So we're in my bed. And then he tries again. And I'm like, nah. And so we just go to sleep. And then later he kicks me awake because I was snoring.
Okay.
And that should have been it.
Yeah.
But no. Later, he invites me to a party with Jack Whitehall.
On the same day. So you just hung around all day.
But he kind of hung around all day because
Ew.
he was like, in the morning, he wakes up and he just like, he's all of a sudden, I just see him out in the hallway just talking to my flatmates, like just with like a towel around his waist. Just with a towel around. But it was just like incredible to me, the level of like comfortableness and the level of space he was comfortable with taking up in my house after he kicked me awake. And my roommates, they were like, who is that guy? I'm like, I don't know what's going on. But then and then he took me to brunch at Soho House, actually. Shoreditch House.
Ooh.
But then he invited me to a party later, and then at that party it was like people were like, oh, are you guys like, what is it between you guys? And I was like, I don't know. And then I got really, really drunk. And then I was so drunk. He was like, yeah, just spend the night here. Like, you can't go home in this state. I was like, I don't want to spend it here. And so he was like, yeah, just take one of the bedrooms because that's what rich people do. They have so many bedrooms. They just put you in one. And he was like, just sleep here. And then tomorrow you can go home. And I was like, okay. And then I sat in that room and I was like, he's trying to trap me. Because I was so drunk. And I was like, he's trying to trap me. I'm going home. I'm going to sneak out.
Okay.
And so to me, I was sneaking out. But I think everybody saw me leave the party.
You were like, as everybody just looking.
Yeah, everyone was like, what's she doing? Like,
For the audio only people, I'm miming someone sneaking.
Out. Yeah.
And then I'm miming the other party goers. What the fuck?
What's she doing?
Yeah.
Why is she walking
Just
weird?
walk normal. Why is she stealing all the alcohol? Why is she putting stuff in a backpack?
Shh. Gemma Chan. Shh. I was so drunk, and so I get to the garden, and I'm walking. I'm like, I run out of the house, and then I twist my ankle as I'm running out of the house, and then I'm on the ground, and I'm like, I just start crying because it was such a miserable. I was like, this is so bad. And so I'm there with a twisted ankle. And then I'm like, no, I'm not going to give up. This is not going to stop me. And so I get up and then I just like limp out of the house. And then I get on the bus, the night bus, by the way, from St. John's Wood all the way to Streatham. And it's like, I don't know, 2 hours or something. And I'm just crying on the bus, just like constant crying, like just drunk girl crying. And also being like, just thinking about the guy that I actually liked, which was somebody who broke my heart. And so I was just like, oh, he would never do this to me. But of course he would. But so yeah, that was me crying when I'm drunk. I think that's the only time I've cried when I'm drunk. Yeah. Because I was so drunk and it was such a weird night.
I'm holding space now.
You
It sounds like trauma.
Nigel, come on.
No, I'm sorry that happened to you. But crying drunk
It's fun.
it is, exactly. Also, I don't come on, if someone comes over, they're drunk and they cry, it's like, okay, I get it. If they come over and they're sober and they start crying like she's a fucking psycho. You know? I'm like, you're sober, why are you crying?
Why would they cry when they're sober?
I don't know, that means they're crazy.
What do you mean maybe they shared something emotional with you.
Yeah, stop, don't do that. Don't do that.
my
The only time I
God.
want to see you cry is you're drunk crying. You know? And people people who've never drunk cried before, they're missing out. They don't know this whole life experience.
Tell me when you drunk cried. Have you had a time when
Yeah,
it's
during the
been funny?
divorce. Not divorce, but the separation.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's too real. That's like, oh, okay, I don't want to know about that because
Well,
that's
when I'm
like
drunk, I always
actually
have a lot of
emotional.
fun, you know?
Yes, you have fun, but then also it gets to a point where it just tips over, and you're crying on a bus as you're crying on a bus as you're like.
Well,
just
that's your
really
own
sorry for
fault.
yourself.
That's your own fault for taking a night bus when you're drunk. Of course you cry.
I mean, I was
Have
so
you seen
poor
the
back
night bus?
I was so skint back then that I wouldn't be able to have afforded like an Uber or a taxi.
You should have just stayed at the place.
I know I should have just stayed in this incredible mansion in St. John's Wood. Yeah. But I was so drunk and I was like, he's trying to trap me here. Just had to leave. It was so funny.
When I tell people I don't want to go out with people who are who don't drink,
Uh-huh.
and they're like, oh well, what if they used to be an alcoholic?
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, well, I don't want to date someone who used to be an alcoholic. So
And honestly, so many people in the UK
yeah,
are.
it's like, ew, I don't want that.
When I first moved
You have
here.
terrible self-control. I don't want that at all.
It's so funny because
Yeah.
when I first moved here, I met people like who were 23 or something. They're like, yeah, I'm teetotal now. I used to like have a problem with alcohol and drugs. I'm like, who are you? Like, what is this country? It's
I
just know.
Weird. I don't want to date an ex-alcoholic. That's a lot of baggage.
I mean, it's the person who's dealt with their baggage, though.
Is
grown.
it? And then you have to always wonder, were you an alcoholic because you had some trauma? And then there we go again. Oh, here, more
You just
trauma.
don't want to deal with people who have trauma.
Yeah, I want to deal with like mentally healthy people with
Oh
as
my
little baggage
God.
as possible.
You're awful.
Okay. You know? Yeah, I just don't want people with trauma. Is it that bad? And also, if you used to be an alcoholic, it's not a great look, is it?
What do you mean?
You know, that means you either had trauma, right? Then it drove you to drinking, right? Or you just lack self-control. I think it's one of those two things.
Nigel,
And I
that's
don't want
very
that.
harsh. That's very unempathetic.
Yeah, but when it comes to dating, you gotta be selective.
Oh my God. I mean, it's like, the thing is, I think people are beautiful because of their trauma, because of what they've overcome. If they deal with it, if they've been able to work through it and deal with it, I think that's what makes people beautiful.
Okay, well, we have different definitions of beauty, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours is very superficial.
Oh, I like it. It's simple. Life is simple when you're superficial.
Oh my gosh.
No, you're beautiful because of your trauma.
I don't do.
This is how you talk. Oh my God. You're so broken. That's why you're beautiful.
I think so.
Let's be broken together.
If they've dealt with their stuff, if they've faced their pain instead of, because there's a point where it's like there's a point where, you know, you can be somebody who's traumatized, but then if you don't face your pain, you're just gonna take it out on others. You'll develop coping mechanisms, but then eventually those coping mechanisms become a pathology, and then you get other people involved in that pathology. And worst case, other people are part of your pathology. Like you need other people to sustain some kind of like to sustain yourself, and that's awful. But if it's a person who's dealt with their stuff, faced their pain, then that's quite beautiful, I think.
Okay, well, okay, we do have to agree, but I'm like,
why don't you want a person who's had trauma? I think they're the most and if they've come through it and become stronger for it, they're the most resilient type of people.
well, if they're like that,
And experienced. And no life.
Are they resilient?
I think so.
Trauma makes them crumble, though.
What do you mean
You know?
makes them crumble?
I don't know. What if you had someone with baggage and without baggage? You choose someone without baggage.
How can a person not have baggage? Everybody have some kind of baggage.
Yeah, don't. Okay, let's put it this way. If they bring it up on the first date, then that's a no-go.
I
think if you've dealt with it, you probably wouldn't bring it up, right?
Yeah,
it's not a
exactly.
topic of conversation. Okay, I can get behind that. I can get behind that.
I agree.
But if they're like,
I agree.
listen, I'm traumatic because this thing happened, but I think I'm beautiful because I'm traumatic. I'm gone. I don't want to hear that.
I don't think a person who has dealt with it would say that.
You just said that yourself.
I don't say it about myself. Like, Nigel, I've had so much trauma. I think I'm beautiful because of the trauma, Nigel. I don't say it about myself. I say it about other people. If they've dealt with it. If they haven't, it's a tricky situation.
I think it's okay if you haven't dealt with it.
What are you saying?
I'll be like, well, this is gonna be fun. When is a trauma gonna rear its ugly head? You know, this is gonna be fun. When am I gonna get? When's the ashtray gonna get thrown at me? That's. Don't you want someone who's full of surprises? You know.
I thought you just said you didn't want that.
No, I know. I'm just being facetious.
Yeah, that's funny.
I want someone full of surprises, you know? Sometimes they buy me flowers, sometimes they just throw an ashtray at me. Who knows? Is this a trauma day or a good day? You know what? Someone's dealt with it too well, they're too well adjusted now, every day's the same, you know? I want some ups and downs, you know?
Yeah. Get it.
Ooh, she's raising her hand. Is it to hit me or to buy me something, you know?
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm glad you're drinking again. Drinking is very fun. You know, I think it's a great coping mechanism. You know
I don't think it's
a pathology that makes you fun to hang out with. Who doesn't want that? It's a pathology that makes you better.
I think it's a pathology that makes the people who think, people who do it, think that they're fun to hang out with. I'm quite fun. The thing is, because I didn't used to drink, I would still be okay with the people who drank because I just kind of went along with it. So even when I didn't drink, people would think I was drunk.
You know how to act.
I didn't even act. I was just being myself.
No, I think you're a lot more positive when you're drunk.
Really?
Yeah. The negativity goes away. You're not like sending me texts of like, this guy's doing this now. So much negativity.
I'm pretty good
Next time you send me that, like Evelyn sometimes, we're not gonna go into details, but Evelyn sometimes, you know, you've had like some fallouts with some comedians in the past.
Oh yeah.
And then you still stalk their Instagram every now and then to see what they're doing.
I think it's fun. Yeah.
No, it's very bitter, and you know, and it's not good for your mental health.
Oh, but
Drunk Evelyn won't do that. Drunk Evelyn's like, woo, this is great. I'm fat and I'm on TV. I'm fat and I'm on TV. Look at me. That is fun. If I would even say stop seeing Claudia, drink more.
Oh
I'll hang out with you so much more. I'm fat and I'm on TV. That is Evelyn we all want. That's Evelyn nobody feels bad for.
We should do a Patreon episode drunk.
Oh, okay, sure. I don't know how. I haven't gotten drunk in a long time. I probably would just have slurred speech, you know.
I think you would say exactly what you want to say. Your filter would disappear.
I think I won't be any different.
Oh, really?
The world's not that bad, people. What are you complaining about? Come on.
I'd be like, I agree. I agree.
Every time I go back to Malaysia, I see there's so much development. People are living such better lives. I'm like, the world's going good, man. What are you complaining about first world people?
I really think it is probably that. It's because you were raised in Asia.
Yeah. Well, I had a more global perspective, I guess.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
You have too focused on the West, man. And of course, there's gonna be issues. Every society has issues.
Yeah.
But I think we should be happy with what we have, and what we should be happy at. How good life is.
Of course, of course, I'm so lucky. I'm very lucky that my parents went to Sweden and I was born there and I was
Yeah, you
raised
should be
there.
lucky. The only thing we have to worry about is racism.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
I'll take racism over hunger.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. But it's also that thing of like, it's because I'm the first generation now that actually has that luxury of time to deal with the mental health part of.
And
of
you have the
everything.
luxury of trying to make things better.
I have the luxury of trying to make things better.
I don't care about that.
What do you mean?
I'm a third world boy.
Yeah.
I don't it's not my onus. You grew up here. You enjoyed the luxury. So you go make it better. I will, stay in my lane and work and get the money and live nice.
Yeah.
I just want to be your parents.
I know.
Yeah.
You want to be
I just
my
want to be your
parents.
parents.
You want to be what my parents wanted me to be.
Yeah.
That's what you want. You want to be what my parents wanted me to be.
Yeah, let my kids figure it out. You
Yeah.
figure out the global warming
Yeah.
shit, kiddos. How's the date going? Have you gone on with people yet?
I haven't yet, but I have people that I'm chatting with, and I think I'm going on. I'm switching over to WhatsApp now with one of them.
Oh
yeah, actually, I get recognized on Tinder here,
Okay.
which
Good,
I didn't think.
Good.
I get recognized on Tinder in Sweden,
Mhm.
but then I got recognized on Tinder here, and I have to show you, Nigel. This guy recognized me from Rice to Meet You.
Oh.
And the thing is, I never know. So the thing is, I don't know if it's good or bad to get recognized because the thing is, I don't know if it's that they just want to say hi or if they're actually interested in going on a date. One guy wrote me this: "Hey, Evelyn, I listened to your podcast. Stay safe." And then so okay, you don't want to talk or anything.
He just wants to say he knows you.
Yes, exactly. He just
Stay
wants to say
safe
he
is
knows
like the
me.
ultimate goodbye.
Yeah.
In 2021, the fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, yeah, good health to you too.
Okay, stay safe. Bye. I hope people recognize you. You're gonna get a few yellow fever people after your Mock the Week airs.
Oh yeah,
So prepare your DM slides, man.
I've already got that.
Yeah, let's do that and use them. Go on dates with them.
I'm not gonna go on dates with them.
Why?
Because it's gross.
I don't think so, man. Yellow fever is great.
No, it's not.
I love it. I wish more women had it.
I mean, of course,
Yeah.
for you because of how Asian men have been depicted in the West. It's actually, if a woman has yellow fever for Asian men, it's actually a good sign because it's a turning point. It means that Asian men are starting to be looked at as sexual beings, whereas for the women, we are just reduced to sexual objects.
Why is it? So why is yours reduced and why is ours not reduced? If you're seeing us as sexual beings, that's a reduction too, right?
No, because the stereotype for Asian men was that you were asexual, not attractive, nerds, just not at all in the running for anything.
That's very sad, but it's changing. I think that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's good for Asian men.
So
But
stop
not for
fucking Asian women, people. You're the problem. If you like Asian women, stop it. Stop it. That's what you're saying, right? Stop it.
Yes, Nigel, that's what it is.
Yeah. If you're not Asian, don't date Asian women. Leave them for us. You date your own people.
Okay. Well,
So you're against mixed race people dating. I
Oh
was
my
saying that the whole time. It's very socially backwards to date outside your race. As if the woman's Asian.
I mean,
Very socially backwards.
okay, I think it's a good point to end.
No,
end
why? I feel like something onto something here.
What are you on to? Please tell me.
I'm saying based on your logic,
No,
it should
it's
be-
not my logic.
It's
you
your
haven't
logic.
asked my logic. You
What's
haven't
your
asked
logic?
me to
What's your
explain
logic?
it.
You explain it pretty well, and I agree. I get it. The stereotype. If a non-Asian person likes an Asian woman, usually because of the stereotype. But if a non-Asian person likes an Asian guy, it's because they're going against the stereotype. That's essentially your logic.
Well, no. Well, it's if they have yellow fever
Mm-hmm.
and it's about an Asian woman, then it's usually the stereotype that Asian women are docile and all of that stuff. Yeah, like it's that reduced to sexual objects.
Okay. So Asian women, you should only date black or Asian men.
Oh my god.
That's what needs to happen. If you want progress, that's all you should do. So, Evelyn, how's that going? Black or Asian? Right? Otherwise, you're a hypocrite then if you go with a white person.
We've been doing this for like an hour and 40, and I'm really tired.
Okay, it's a straw man argument. I give you that. I'm just trying to be funny.
Do you get recognized on Tinder?
All the time, yeah.
How is it for you? Because
Good.
for me, it's creepy.
No complaints.
Yeah.
I'm a very positive guy,
Oh my God. Well, the thing is, I went on a date with somebody who recognized me off of Tinder in Sweden.
Okay, how was it?
It was really weird
What did you
because
do?
that person was like a real deep comedy fan.
Oh, you never want to go at comedy fans. They're the worst.
Yeah, it was weird.
No cool person is a comedy fan. Sorry to all the comedy fans out there, but, winners aren't stuck in a dark basement in the summer, okay? So, and also, for most people, comedy is just like, any sort of passing hobby, like mini golf. You should be treating comedy shows like mini golf. Do it twice a year. Okay? Don't be a comedy fan. Be a podcast fan. Be a YouTuber's fan. YouTube fan. Don't be a comedy fan. Yeah, that's better. Cool people are not comedy fans.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
true,
I'm not surprised that
maybe.
he's a creep. What do you do?
He was very nervous when I came, and it was he couldn't look me in the eye, which was really weird. And then he kept telling me how he ran into other comedians. I was like, oh, okay. And then as we were leaving the place, he stood there, like weirdly, he just stood there, and I was like, and then he was like, yeah, if these security guards weren't here now, I would kiss you. And I was like,
Oh, wrong. Such a great line.
yeah, I was like, thank God these security guards are here right now, because I feel unsafe. And I was like, yeah, too bad. Okay, bye. And then I started walking away. And then all of a sudden I hear somebody running after me. And I was like, I really hope it's not him. Turn around. It's him.
Ooh.
And he's like, or maybe I can kiss you now. And then he just like kissed me. And I was like, just felt like,
it sounds
attacked.
like a rom-com. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Yeah,
It sounds
exactly.
like a rom-com.
It sounds like a
I
rom-com.
want a woman to chase me down and kiss me.
I think in his mind he was in a rom-com.
Yeah.
Because it was raining a little bit
The
too.
thing is, I only kiss in front of security guards now. That's my
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
I see the high-vis jacket, I get hard,
No, I think you need to do that so that people can see that you didn't assault somebody. It was consensual.
Yeah.
That security guard saw it.
And he didn't do shit. Because he knows you was into it too. Okay? He's right here on the stand. Let's interview him. He's a witness. Okay, Kevin. Tell the judge what you saw, Kevin.
Kevin. Do Kevin's voice.
Okay, so I saw Nigel and this girl making out. And I don't know why I'm here. So many people see me. They never want to kiss in front of me. And then Nigel is the only one who's comfortable enough with me.
Stop.
And it's my first time seeing two people kiss in front of me. So I'm Nigel's a great guy.
Oh my God.
Thank you, Nigel. And yeah, more people should kiss in front of me. I get so lonely sometimes guarding this toy shop.
Why are you accusing somebody of fear of a toy shop?
And nobody cares about a security guard. So we're not here. They think we're just animals and objects. They think I'm a human being too. I want to see people kiss in front of me. Yeah, so that's why I should always kiss in front of security guards. Their jobs are so boring. You can't wait to see someone kiss in front of them.
And that's how we leave you guys this week.
Yes.
Always kiss in front of security guards.
That is true. Have sex in front of security guards. too,
Don't
if you
have
want.
just kiss in front of them. Don't have sex.